This tutorial is going to be utilizing the Rank Math SEO plugin for WordPress. Rank Math and other SEO plugins like Yoast, they are simply tools to help us write better content for SEO. They also give us the ability to customize our output of that content to search engines such as Google and Bing. So let's just jump in and get started. As you can see, I have a starter article here. Rank Math is giving us a score of SEO 5 out of 100. The reason that is so low is because I do not have a focus keyword set. If you do not set a focus keyword, it doesn't know how to score you. So this focus keyword has nothing to do with Google. You can change this focus keyword at any time. It's simply you telling the program, please scan my article for these certain keywords. Let me know how well I'm doing. So in our case, we're going to go with Microsoft computer. I want that to be my focus keyword. Now that I've done that, you can see that our scanner is starting to go through the basic SEO that we have in our article, which is basically nothing. So I'm going to go through and show you how we can satisfy these requirements the plugin is suggesting. Most certainly, you do not have to strive to get an SEO score of 100. You don't have to strive to get it green. What you want to do is do your best to satisfy what the plugin is suggesting and what you feel is best for your reader. Because this is a robot. And at the end of the day, your readers are not robots. So you cannot possibly just satisfy every need. And you have to put users first. So we'll go through that and we'll go through those details. First thing, our focus keyword does not appear in the SEO title. Well, if this is the keyword we're focusing on, which I'd like to point out that your focus keyword should never really be too vague like this. This is called a short tail keyword. It's very hard to rank for these because there's so many people out there probably trying to rank for it. So what you would do is you'd go online, you'd find something called a long tail keyword generator, which will help you and suggest to you different articles or ways you can take the short term one, or short tail one, let's say Microsoft computer. If we go ahead and search, it will give us some ideas here on what we should focus on as a keyword. And this is a paid tool, but it gives us, so many searches a day for free. And this is the Keyword Tool Dominator, KTT. And we're using the Google Autocomplete keyword tool. So you can see here's some long tail keywords that they suggest that people probably actually are searching for, and the current rankings for those keywords. So you can see here people are searching for Microsoft computer cameras, Microsoft computer frozen, help, issues, keyboard. These would be great examples of long tail keywords. They can even be longer than this, like this one, Microsoft computer engineer's salary. This will give you great ideas on things to write about too. So back to the post. We're going to go ahead and say Microsoft computer Heather's test post for now. Now if we scroll on down, you can see, hooray! We have satisfied the need of the SEO title. So what's the next thing we need to do? We've brought our score up to a 44 out of 100 just for that. Focus keyword is not found in your SEO meta description. Well, what's that? That's this. So now they're telling us to go from here to down here. So now what this is, if we click on this, you can see that Rank Math will pull in some info that we've already pre-generated. So what will happen is if I was an author and I didn't take the time to modify my content to be SEO friendly, the plugin will generate some default values based off of what the article already has in it. It is better to modify it if you can, to make it look nice and to make it meet the needs of the plugin. So we could do some things like this. Our title's fine. Maybe we want our title different. Cool, you can go ahead and change it here. You know, Heather is the best Microsoft computer teacher. Let's just do that. And maybe I could spell my name right. So maybe that's what my article is about. I suggest you don't make them too different from this and this. Probably should be the same. Now, our meta description is this part here. This is this little part here. So they're saying we want to put the focus keyword in there. We don't see it. So, you know, Heather is a Microsoft computer teacher in San Paulo. I don't live in San Paulo. I don't know. I live in Spokane, Washington. And then the rest of your article. And here it gives you, you know, a suggested length regarding whether it's a cell phone or a desktop. You can go ahead and fill in that rest of the info and it will tell you if you're doing too much. If you are, what will happen is you go like this. You can see right there, we'll see an ellipsis. And I believe, oh, these are some variables if you'd like to use a variable, but we don't have to worry about that. So, oh, up here, you can see the desktop view and then the cell phone view. This is what it looks like on the cell phone. Is that cool? And then the desktop view. So that's how you satisfy those needs. I'm going to go ahead and just erase one of these here. And we're going to pretend that's what that says. So focus keyword is not found in your SEO meta description. Impossible. I wrote it under. Microsoft oh, I spelled computer wrong. That's why. So what we're going to do here is fix us. Computer teacher in Spokane, Washington. And now we've satisfied the description. Next, focus keyword is not found in the URL. URL, permalinks. When you create a permalink, make sure you have not published the article just yet, because what will happen if you change that permalink and you have published it, you're going to have a whole bunch of broken links all over the internet. So when you are creating your permalink, do it right before you publish it. And if you're trying to satisfy the needs of this plugin, don't be scared to just leave it as a draft and keep saving your drafts in order to you know, play around with what you're doing. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to satisfy the needs of this plugin. Now you have two things we can do. We can change the permalink, or we can change the permalink down here and it will automatically change the top one for us. So focus keyword is using our, oh, somehow saving it. I must have did something here in another article. Either way, I'm using Microsoft Computer in the URL now. You know what it probably did when I saved it actually, is it pulled in my title and edited it to the permalink for me. It did something. Either way, if you need to edit it, that's how you edit it, right here. And it will edit it up here for you too. And you can also click edit up here. Next, focus keyword doesn't appear at the beginning of your content. Well, that's easy to fix. So we could say something like, Heather has been teaching Microsoft computers for 20 years. Microsoft. Now if we scroll on down, we've used that focus keyword at the beginning of the content. Using it as close to the beginning as you can is very good if you can do that. Next, your content is 329 words long. Consider using at least 600 words. I suggest a minimum of 750. However, Google seems to really like articles that are 2,000 words long or like 1,800. And that can be for a very lengthy article for anyone to read. And most people have very low patience for reading online. At least that much stuff. So you've got to be very careful between balancing an article that is just too much and an article someone actually wants to read. Google likes the too much article. People don't like the too much article. So that's where you have to use your own judgment on whether you want to satisfy the minimum 600 or the Google preference for very long articles. So now it's saying I have 543 words. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste an extra thing here so I can satisfy the 600 minimum need. And there we go. My content is 650 words long. Good job. So they're congratulating me for at least doing a minimum. Remember, this is a tool. You don't have to do what it says. It's just suggestions for better articles. Now that we've satisfied this need, we're going to go to the additional errors. Now these are important too, Add your focus keyword in a subheading. So subheading would simply be, Microsoft computers before Heather was born. Was Microsoft around before I was born? I don't even know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I have no clue. But we're going to change that to, and look, you don't even have to highlight this as long as you have it there. Heading 2. Make sure when you put headings in your content that they are heading 2 or lower. Heading 1 is this title here, and that's the only thing that should be a heading 1. Everything in the main content, heading 2 or lower. Next, we've satisfied that need, and as you can see, our score is going up as we fix this article. Add an image with your focus keyword as the alt text. Let's go ahead and do that. Add media, and as you can see, I already have Bill Gates here ready for me, and I've already wrote in here Bill Gates of Microsoft computers. If you want to fulfill this need, it needs to be in the alt text, your keyword. Be careful, because what you write in this media gallery here is going to reflect and change across the entire site. So what I suggest is if you want to use a picture that's already in the gallery, or if you want to and you want to modify this text without ruining someone else's article's SEO, if it's a new picture, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and put what you want. But I'm going to show you something here. We're going to insert it into the post. Add a URL if you want it to go to https, Microsoft.com. Let's say you want to link to there, sure. Or you can make it unlinkable. Linking's better. We're going to say link to the post. Here we go. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we have satisfied the image alt attribute focus keyword. And I've also satisfied this. I'm linking to an external source. If I didn't link this picture to Microsoft.com, alternatively, I could link some text. Let's say I say Microsoft computer, blah, blah, blah. I could highlight this, insert link, https, Microsoft, good Lord. You know what? I should turn this off. I will later. Microsoft.com, and you would say link options here. Open in a new tab. When we're leaving our site, open in a new tab. Other thing I want to show you. Click on this image, edit. If you need to change the alt text on this post rather than changing it across the site, holy moly. You know what? I don't know if this will change it across the site or not. You could change it here. You can add a caption and stuff. The image title attribute. You want to add stuff like that. That's getting really advanced. But, I would, click this text tab. Really, to really not affect the media gallery, I'd have to check and see if it even affects it. But technically, you just change the alt text here within these little quotes. Technically, that won't change in the gallery. Hopefully, you're using a new image and you don't even have to worry about this. But go on back to the visual tab and it will change it for you. So, Let's go ahead and go to the next task, which is our keyword density is 0.46, which is low. Basically, they're saying, how many times are you using the word Microsoft computer in your article? You don't want to use it too much because too much is called keyword stuffing, and you don't want to use it too little. So that's where you're going to have to use your best judgment on whether you think you're using it too little or too much. You certainly can use it too much, and it will tell you. But whether you think you're using it too little, I'm going to go ahead and let you let you decide on that. They're suggesting, it says we only have it showing up 3 times. I would say this is not hugely important so long as you're not going over the keyword density. URL is 80 characters long. Consider shortening it. All we have to do is go to the permalink and say edit. And we'll take out is the, so we'll just say Heather, best Microsoft computer teacher. Say OK. Now if I scroll down here, my URL is still 80 characters long. Oh, that's probably because it's also considering all this stuff. So you don't have to satisfy this need, but if you can, you can go ahead and try to. It's still 80 characters. Well, you know what? We're not going to worry too much about this anymore. See, that's one of those things where you're going to want to make your judgment call on stuff like that. And it looks like I can't get it any shorter, so oh well. Next. Great, you're linking to external sources, which we're linking to Microsoft.com. At least one external link with a do follow found in your content. Do follow means allow that link to be scanned by crawlers and allow the link back to the site. Because when you link to other sites, it affects your own SEO. And when sites link back to you, it affects your SEO. And the quality of that site makes a huge difference. And the quality of your site makes a huge difference. If Microsoft.com linked back to me, that's a very high quality link for my site. That they're linking to me because they're a high quality site. Now, if you were a very low quality, bad site that had lots of spam or you're getting hacked, no one's going to really give, that type of site is not going to give your site much value if you're linking to it or it's linking to you. Next, we couldn't find an internal link in your content. Well, an internal link is a link to another article on our website or a page on our website. And it's very simple to do that. Highlight the words you want to link to, click the link button, and I'll start typing. I'm going to go ahead and link to Halo. Here's a Halo article here, the Halo TV series, blah, blah, blah. Link options. You do not need to open this in a new tab. Since we're linking to a page on our site, it is up to you if you want to open it in a new tab or keep it in the site and just let them go from this article to this one. So click update, and that will be to your discretion as well. If they're leaving the site, always open up a new window. So it looks like we have satisfied most of the needs here. We've got a score of 74. You could get very anal, and you could, get a score of 100, 90, whatever it is. Does that mean your readers will like it? I don't know. Depends on the article. Let's go down to title readability. Now, what they're talking about here is my focus keyword is used at the beginning of the SEO title. Your title has a positive or negative sentiment. Your title contains one power word. If you're curious at all what this stuff is, it used to be that these were highlighted so I could figure out what that is. But let's go ahead and change it just so you guys can see. I'm just going to say Microsoft computer teacher. We're going to leave it that vague. And now it's not readable. Now take a look at this. What happens is now that it's not readable, it gives us this link here. If you don't know what a positive or negative statement is or a power word, you can just click this and it will take you to the Rank Math site and it will go into detail about what type of words these are. Click power word, same thing, which is really cool. I suggest if you want help writing titles, because a title's naming convention is a difference between a click and not a click. You can use this thing called the sumo.com kick-ass headline generator. And as you can see, you put your keyword here, your topic, Microsoft Computers. What is the desired outcome? Is it to make money with Microsoft Computers? What's an undesirable outcome? Feeling broke? And then, what are the points in the content? Are there 10 ways to do something? 10 ways to make money? And so what you can see here is if we're going to use a numbered list, it just generates some ideas for you to start with headlines that would have a higher click value. 10 hacks to make money online. That's a cool one. 10 reasons why you're feeling broke. 10 little known ways to make money online. And if it's a how-to, you click this how-to over here, and now we've got how to make money online, the ultimate guide to Microsoft Computers, how to make money online without causing jealousy. I mean, these are great ideas that you can use in your writing. So next we're going to, and then you will satisfy these needs here, This is another one of those things which is discretionary. Whether you care what that little computer rates your stuff as or not, it's up to you whether you care. It's just a tool that's scanning for this keyword to see if you're using it properly. So next, we're going to go to the schema, which in other words is also called a rich snippet. If you don't know what that is, you can educate yourself by clicking this Learn More button, where Rank Math goes into great detail. Look at this blog post. All kinds of pictures, all kinds of details about schema markup. I'll give you a quick tutorial on what schema is. So if we go to Google, you can see that events at Spokane Arena. This here is a rich snippet. It has schema markup to display a rich snippet. So I can see rather quickly dates that there are events at the Spokane Arena. Another example, how to make fried rice. This is a rich snippet. This rich snippet adds a recipe card to the top of Google. I believe rating is also schema markup or rich snippet. And you've got your rating here showing, and it makes things stand out. Video is also a schema markup rich snippet. If you want to come up like this rather than on these other pages, which probably, let's go to page 10 and see if these people are missing snippets. This person here doesn't have a rich snippet. It's just a traditional picture, how to make fried rice. Yeah, if you want to satisfy that need, let's go back to the website. With the Pro version, you can add multiple schemas. However, we don't have the Pro version yet, or if we will at all, I don't know. Currently, we don't have events. We don't have recipes. But what we do have are how-tos, and we have videos. So you might want to consider getting the Pro version. Article type. You guys develop news articles, so make sure your article type says news article. A blog post is just like some lady and her blog, and she's traveling around the world and just talking, Article, I don't know what is the difference. I guess article, I don't know the huge difference between article and news article. I just know you guys are news article because you are stating the news. Article would probably be something that's not specific to news out in the world, things that are going on live that make a difference in time. These news is time sensitive. News 2 years ago isn't relevant to me as it is now. So you're going to be ranked according to what you put here in the schema builder. So you can customize your headline, customize your description to be output in that schema buildup. So to build it for you. Code validation. If you want to take a look at your code, you got to get the upgrade. No way around it. I'm going to X out of this. So consider adding multiple schemas if you want to add that ability under videos, or if you have anything else like how-tos or something. You can go into more depth about what you can and can't do with rich snippets in Rank Math here. Social. Hey, did I miss something? No. Hey. Oh, schema generator. Hey, let's click this and see what happens. Oh, you click schema generator and you can add another one or change it from article to something else here. You're only allowed to have one. So I guess if it's, at least in the free version, I guess if it's software or a video, you could click this and change it here. So you can do that, I guess, for free. You can add your short code if you need one. You can use a schema block in the block editor, copy and paste the content. Your URL to the video file, the embed URL and duration of the video. This is also, you know, I believe you can use YouTube links here, so we'll have to figure that out later. But yeah, so your headline and your description and the video so that you come up for those videos in Google. But I'm going to close out of this because that is getting into some more advanced stuff that I just do not want to go into right now. Last thing, social. So Facebook and Twitter, you can customize, you know, what you want it to look like. If you don't want it to look like this, then you would add your own custom image. And all this is doing is pulling in the featured image you have posted over here. If you want this to be different and make it look the way it should look for Facebook or Twitter, you can change that over here. You can change the title and the description. Same with Twitter. You know, you click this up. This is what it'll look like in Twitter. And you can change the card type to see what that looks like. Here's a summary card. Here's a player card. I don't even know what a player card is. Must have something to do with some streaming thing, obviously, but or an app card. I don't know what an app card is either. But, you know, this is probably the main one. The summary, large, and the summary card. So, I don't think we have to worry about those other things. That's getting into some other type of websites, I believe. And it's going beyond this tutorial because it's already very long. So, for now, that is how you use Rank Math, and that is how you satisfy some of the needs within Rank Math. And then when you're all done, you go ahead and take your article from draft to published. Hey, where's the published one? That's, oh, visibility public. I didn't realize you guys had these different ones. Features pending, needs work, needs pending, or save for later. This is specific to this website, so normally there would be the option to just publish it. Now it looks like it's published. So when you're all done, publish your stuff. The end.